Kurudi, 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 kurudi is to return. Kurudi.
Kurudi.
What do you notice about to return? Kurudi.
There's an I at the end.
Good. It doesn't end in A, no? So probably from Arabic, but maybe from another language. This case, Arabic again. Kurudi, to return. I'm returning.
Ninarudi.
Ninarudi. I've returned. I have returned.
Nimerudi.
Nimerudi. I returned.
Nilirudi.
Nilirudi. If I return.
Nikirudi.
Nikirudi. And we also had a word we can use for if we like, which was?
Kama.
Kama. Good. So using that word, if I return.
Kama ninarudi.
Kama ninarudi. You can also use kama and ki. Using them together maybe feels a bit more like, in the event that I return, kind of highlighting that feeling of if, no? If in the event that I should return. So how would that be?
Kama nikirudi.
Kama nikirudi. Good. We can do it if I return tomorrow. We can do it if I return tomorrow.
Tunaweza.
Tuna, what's the verb?
Weza. Tunaweza kufanya.
We don't need it, no?
Tunaweza kufanya.
If I return tomorrow.
Nikirudi kesho.
Very good. We can do it if I return tomorrow. Tunaweza kufanya nikirudi kesho. Good. Kurudisha, to cause to return, can mean to return something, no? When you return something, you cause it to return. Kurudisha.
Kurudisha.
If you return it tomorrow, we will be able to sell it. If you return it tomorrow, and with this it, let's refer to a mu noun from the mu me group. If you return it tomorrow.
Urudisha.
Good. If you return it, mu noun, so we use u to refer to that. Ukiurudisha, tomorrow.
Kesho.
We will be able to sell it.
Tutaweza to sell it kuuza. Kuuza.
Very good. Very good. If you return it tomorrow, we will be able to sell it. Ukiurudisha kesho, tutaweza kuuza. Very good. So we have ki, as we've seen, for if, like in Mungu akipenda, God willing, like the Arabic inshallah. You might also hear the recognizable Arabic alhamdulillah, meaning praise to God or thank God in Swahili. Although in Swahili they say alhamdulillahi, alhamdulillahi. And there's also a more Swahili version of that too. You could say namshukuru Mungu, namshukuru Mungu. Well, I said the more Swahili version, but if you ever heard shukran, thanks, in Arabic, you can see where namshukuru is coming from. Literally, again, I thank God. And we notice we're repeating the information of Mungu with the M, nam shukuru, short for ni nam shukuru, Mungu. What was to be able to?
Kuweza.
Kuweza. So we said kuweza is maybe from kuwa to be, kuweza, to cause to be, to make be. We said that we can have ish, esh, or z for that meaning. You might also hear kuwezesha, which means to enable, no? To cause, to be able. So we have the z and the esh there. Kuwezesha, to enable.
Kuwezesha.
And we also mentioned that this ish or esh, mostly ish actually, is commonly stuck to nouns as well, to form verbs. So what was the word for because, or the words for because?
Kwa sababu?
Kwa sababu, which literally means for cause, for reason. What do you think kusababisha means? Kusababisha. If kwa sababu is for cause, kusababisha, you're thinking it's too obvious to be correct. Tell me.
To cause.
To cause. And when we get a verb from a noun, like in sababu, kusababisha, it's mostly with isha. We don't really need to look at the vowel before to see what we'll add. To pay is kulipa, kulipa.
Kulipa.
That's Lipa, kulipa. How would you say to make pay?
Kulipisha.
Kulipisha, good, kulipisha. So we said that ish or esh is the most common thing we'll use for this meaning, whilst the z happens in certain circumstances, like between vowels, or for any reason really, but it's not as common as ish or esh. But we'll also find that we may have one verb with ish or esh and another verb with z, giving us slightly different meanings. So we have kulipisha, to make pay, and then kulipiza, to make pay, like to avenge, to make somebody pay for something to avenge. So both ish and z there are giving us the meaning of to make, to cause to, but then in usage having slightly different applications now. Kulipisha, to make pay, kulipiza, to avenge. Will you come if I pay? Will you come if I pay?
Utakuja. Nikilipa.
Good. Will you come if I pay? Utakuja nikilipa. So we saw that we have ki or kama to express if. I can do it if you like. How would that be? I can do it if you like. And let's stress the word for I. I can do it if you like.
Mimi ninaweza kufanya.
If you like.
Ukipenda.
Very good. Mimi ninaweza, or especially if we say mimi, we would leave off that ni. We've seen how in the present we can leave off ni as a shortcut, which is much more likely if we're saying mimi. So mimi naweza kufanya ukipenda, if you like. What else could we have for ukipenda, if you like?
Kama unapenda.
Kama unapenda, good. And if you really wanted to give this emphasis to if, like if by any chance you like, how might you do that?
Kama ukipenda.
Very good, kama ukipenda. If we use kama with the negative, we can get the meaning of unless. So if you say, for example, I can't do it unless you come, I can't do it if you don't come, no, it's the same meaning. So unless, if you don't. So I can't do it unless you come. I can't do it.
Sifanyi.
I can't.
Siwezi kufanya.
Siwezi kufanya unless you come. So we will say if you don't come.
Kama hukuji.
Good, then check it back to yourself. Hukuji.
Huji.
Huji. Good. We don't have the ku in any negative present, no? Very good. I can't do it unless you come. Siwezi kufanya kama huji. They can't come unless we pay. So they can't come.
Hawawezi.
Hawawezi. Or maybe we'd like to use the future here now. Even though it's a present in English, they can't come. We probably mean they won't be able to come unless we pay. So hawataweza or hawatoweza. We also mentioned briefly that ta can become to in the negative future, but it's not important. You don't have to do it. So they can't come. Hawawezi, hawataweza, hawatoweza, unless we pay. What was to pay?
Kulipa.
Kulipa. Very good. Unless we pay.
Kama hatulipi.
Good. We won't go unless you do. So, we won't go. What is to go?
Kuenda.
Good. We won't go.
Hatutaenda.
Hatutaenda. Unless you do. Unless you go. We can use the present or the future here.
Kama endi or kama hutaenda.
Very good, very good. We won't go unless you do. Hatutaenda kama hutaenda huendi.